to expand its migrant shelters. It's overflowing with those crossing the border, with 7,000 new migrants housed in just the last 10 days. The city using local hotels, but just recently it opened a new shelter, and it's still not enough. Thousands have been sleeping outside at a local park. That's why yesterday the El Paso City Council voted to buy a former middle school and use it as another shelter.
That school's on 19 acres, and we're going to sit there, and half of it will be completely apart, will be an emergency sheltering service, and the other half will be an animal services where we'll have an animal park out there, and they'll be able to come walk a dog, sit there and play with a dog, so it helps them with mental health.
Before Monday's vote, the mayor told council members, in addition to finding a place for those 7,000 new migrants in a week and a half, they also have prepared 16,500 meals in the same period of time. On Sunday, the city manager said the city transported more than 400 processed migrants into hotels. He said they're using 9 hotel systems across town just to provide accommodations for migrants.
And the Biden administration wants the refugee cap to be 125,000 people next year. This year, it was set at 15,000. The new proposed cap would include 35,000 to 50,000 refugees from Latin America and the Caribbean. Now, the changes outlined in a draft of the proposal would provide a legal avenue for migrants without having to journey through the U.S.-Mexico border. Well, Hunter Biden suing Rudy Giuliani and his former attorney. Now, the president's son accusing them of allegedly hacking his devices and violating federal and state computer privacy laws. According to the lawsuit, Hunter Biden says Giuliani and Robert Costello spent years manipulating, copying, disseminating, and obsessing over data that they were given that was taken or stolen from Hunter Biden's devices. Hunter Biden asking for a jury trial, and this is just the latest lawsuit that he's filed. Remember, earlier this month, he brought a similar civil suit against a former Trump White House aide. And last week, he sued the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, for allegedly releasing his tax information illegally.
Meantime, the House Oversight Committee has announced witnesses for the first hearing this week in the impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. The hearing was supposed to happen on Thursday. It's going to focus on constitutional and legal questions. Witnesses include former Assistant Attorney General Eileen O'Connor, George Washington University Law School professor Jonathan Turley, and a forensics accounting expert. President Biden accused of abuse of power, obstruction, and corruption, all related to his family earning millions of dollars in overseas business dealings in countries while he was vice president.
Former President Donald Trump wants to have a possible gag order rejected. His lawyers say the gag order is unconstitutional and they call it censorship. Now, prosecutors ask a U.S. district judge to limit Trump's ability to talk about issues, including the identity and testimony from potential witnesses. That judge has yet to make a decision about the requested order.
Senator Bob Menendez responding to the lengthy federal indictment filed against him for bribery and corruption charges.
So the New Jersey Democrat denies any wrongdoing. However, lawmakers from both sides of the aisle, they're standing up and calling for him to resign.
ABC's Liz Landers explains why it doesn't sound like he is planning to step down anytime soon.
Senator Bob Menendez, speaking publicly for the first time since the charges were unsealed Friday, remains defiant and is notably ignoring calls to resign from his seat.
I recognize this will be the biggest fight yet.
The senator and his wife Nadine charged by the Justice Department with 3 counts related to bribery and improper business dealings with a foreign government. Both maintain their innocence and say they intend to fight the charges.
I firmly believe that when all the facts are presented, not only will I be exonerated, but I still will be the New Jersey's senior senator.
Federal agents had been investigating Menendez for more than a year, executing search warrants at the couple's New Jersey home, where they allegedly found gold bars in addition to $480,000 in cash stuffed in clothing. Menendez maintains the cash was legally obtained.
For 30 years, I have withdrawn thousands of dollars in cash from my personal savings account, which I have kept for emergencies.
Menendez stepping down as the chairman of the powerful Senate Foreign Relations Committee, defending his record on Egypt, though prosecutors claim he was improperly sharing information with that government.
Senator Menendez allegedly provided sensitive, non-public, U.S. government information to Egyptian officials.
Menendez did not directly address those allegations from the prosecutor during his public event. Calls growing from within his own party for him to step down, including New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy.
I believe strongly that the senator needs to take that step.
And his fellow New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, who said in a statement that it's a mistake for Menendez not to step down, adding, quote, "I believe stepping down is best for those Senator Menendez has spent his life serving." Now, if Menendez were to leave office, his seat would be filled by the Democrat governor of New Jersey, so the balance of power in the Senate wouldn't change. In Washington, Liz Landers, ABC News.
Let's take a look outside with live cam. Some of us got a little bit of rain. Most of us did not. Today, slim chances, slim pickings out there.
Yeah, only 10% this afternoon for you to get a shower or storm in your backyard. I'm calling it September sizzle. And speaking of September sizzle, Del Rio was the hottest place in the country yesterday with a high of 105. Hotter than Death Valley, California, hotter than Phoenix, Arizona. Del Rio. And right now, meteorologist Justin Horn has an article on KSAT12 talking about this stat, if it's ever happened before, and how it's even measured. So make sure to check that out on our Whatever the Weather daily blog on KSAT. By the way, speaking of Del Rio, they've had 55 105+ degree days, the most on record, and records date back to 1963. That is about a fifth of the year. A fifth of the year they've been at 105 or greater. Now back here in San Antonio, as you're picking up the kids from school, 96 for the high temperature today. Yeah, a 10% chance for a stray shower, but don't bank on that. Bank on the heat and the humidity as you're picking up kids after school. Coming up in the forecast, we are going to be talking about how this September is expected to end much like it began, hot and with little to no rain chances. Details ahead.
Thank you, Sarah. So-called shrinkflation now coming for a fall staple, while some pumpkin crops may not live up to past years.
We're just over a month away from Halloween, and this year, those pumpkins are harder to find.
That's right. So as ABC's James Longman reports, they could even be smaller than pumpkins we've seen in the past.
Don't you just love New York in the fall?
That perfect fall pumpkin may be harder to find, as some farmers warn their crops have been cursed by the biggest fright of all. The weather. From New Jersey to Kentucky and all the way down to Texas, farmers are battling a whole host of conditions, squashing those perfect pumpkin dreams.
Oh, great pumpkin, where are you?
At Country Critters Farm in Alvarado, Texas, drought has caused cracks in the soil and has made it hard to grow anything.
Unfortunately, we have seen cracks this big. It is like concrete when it's dry like this.
While in Paducah, Kentucky, that summer heat, followed by too much rain, is ringing in nightmares. Paducah seeing 200% of their normal rainfall accumulation in the last 3 months.
I ended up having 2 inches of rain in August here. I think last year, the year before that, we had 1 inch of rain in August, so it's quite a difference.
Nathan Hike says the downpours have turned his gourds ghoulish, only producing 50% of his usual crop.
We went out probably a month ago. It's just the blooms weren't opening, and we couldn't hardly find any pumpkins.
Now he's turning to other farmers for help, supplementing his supply. But experts say despite the fright, it's not dire everywhere, especially in Illinois, the largest pumpkin-producing state in the country.
We were really concerned early on in the season with the summer, with the drought followed by a lot of rain, but we're really happy to announce that overall, this is going to be a really pretty good pumpkin season.
And at Happy Day Farms in Manalapan, New Jersey, despite a short drought that set their crops back 3 weeks, they say their pumpkins are now perfect for picking.
We have an excellent crop. We were worried in the beginning of the season. Now the pumpkins are right up to size, nice color, firmness, strong shell, everything that we're looking for.
So farmers here say the best time for buying your pumpkins the first 2 weeks of October. You need them bright and orange. That means they're going to stay strong and they will last. And a top tip, if you wipe them down with a bit of hydrogen peroxide, that'll keep any fruit rot, any disease away, and you could keep them through till Thanksgiving. James Longman, ABC News in Manalapan, New Jersey.
All right, it is fall.
Yeah.
And I'm sure other places around the country feel like it. Not here, though.
Absolutely not. One thing I will say, and I said this kind of during that little story there, the pumpkin girlies, they'll find a way.
Are you a pumpkin girly?
I like to decorate pumpkins for Halloween. That's a tradition. But I haven't bought any yet because, as you said, Max, it is hot outside. Molds are high in the pollen count. Ragweed, fall elm, and pigweed are low. When you look at the aquifer, we need some water. As you know, the aquifer is down 0.3 foot over the past 24 hours. We're still in stage 2 water restrictions if you're a SODS customer. I'll have details ahead on how hot it will be to end out summer coming up.
Streaming now.
This is inhumane. This is unacceptable.
It's over 100 degrees outside, but inside the walls of Texas prisons, it's even hotter.
There are people dying in their 30s.
During the hottest part of the day, I feel dizzy, see stars, and feel like I'm going to vomit.
Do you know that the dog pounds even have air conditioner? But the state of Texas prisons don't? That's pretty sick.
Watch the full story now on these streaming platforms.
Welcome back. We've been talking about it. It's fall, but it's also 91 degrees.
Yeah, it's a little bit contradictory.
Absolutely. And guys, you know, we've talked about the most 100-degree days on record. We've talked about most consecutive 100-degree days. How about this fact? The most 90-degree days in a row. The temperature hasn't dipped below 90 degrees in the afternoons since 111 days ago. We've had 111 days in a row where the high has been at or above 90 degrees. That is the most on record, behind 2009's 108 days and behind 2019's 98 days with highs at or above 100 degrees. So again, impressively hot. 111 days is 40% of the year so far. 40% of the year we've had a high of 90 degrees or hotter, and guess what? It's 90 degrees in San Antonio right now. 86 in Hondo, 88 in Uvalde, it's 84 in Rock Springs, 89 in Kerrville, 92 in Cotulla, and 90 in New Braunfels. As I zoom in here, what you'll notice is a couple of puffy cumulus clouds. Now these cumulus clouds, right now they're fair weather cumulus clouds. They're not really growing all that much in the vertical, but as we head into the later part of the afternoon here, there is the potential that they could grow a little bit taller, perhaps 1 or 2 very isolated thunder showers on the radar later on this afternoon. But the chance of that happening in your backyard is only 10%. So most of us are just going to be dealing with the heat. Here's a look at how yesterday we had a couple of isolated thunder showers. This is a beautiful picture that demonstrates how isolated this shower was out near Woodlawn Lake. Thank you to KSAT Connect user Taylor McClellan for sending that in. As you look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast for the remainder of this afternoon, 96 degrees by 4-5 p.m. Again, only a 10% chance for a stray shower or storm. Then as we head into the evening hours, temperatures will still be in the 80s by 8 p.m. If you're heading to the Guns N' Roses concert, it's going to be hot to start, and then by the time you get out of the concert, it'll still be in the 70s. So still a warm evening on deck for us. Take a look at the futurecast. Here's a look at that perhaps stray shower or storm on the futurecast this afternoon. Again, you can see you'll be lucky if you get any rain today or even tomorrow for that fact. Tomorrow's starting off generally clear skies in the morning, and then in the afternoon, partly cloudy skies, slightly better chance for rain, but only 20%. You can see that here on the futurecast. Again, not a good opportunity for rain, only a 20% chance. And then after tomorrow, our rain chances are completely out of the forecast for the remainder of September and as we start October. So it is going to be a pretty dry forecast for us. And that's because this high pressure system going to be moving over Texas in the coming days. All of the rain, all of the cooler weather going to be up in the Pacific Northwest and across the Great Lakes region and into New England as well. This high pressure system, we call it an omega high because it looks like the Greek letter omega. You can kind of see that a little bit. That's your meteorology fact of the day today. As you look at your forecast, again, 10% chance this afternoon, not banking on the rain today or tomorrow. Highs are going to be in the mid 90s, some 7 degrees hotter than the seasonable average as we end September, which will likely be our hottest September on record. I mean, after a while, you get kind of tired of the superlatives, don't you? This year has been one for the record books in more ways than one, Ursula.
We've absolutely just worn out any heat-related terms.
I think so.
Thank you, Sarah. New today at 5, the do's and don'ts of doing laundry. Sticking to the basics for clean clothes and maintaining your washing machine. Yes, you need to separate your whites. Max, today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.
Welcome back. So we got fall football. We have someone brought in pumpkin Pop-Tarts. Didn't try any, but you know, they were there.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of SA Live's pumpkin leftovers in the kitchen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We try, guys. We try to
We
take
take care of you. We do, all right? And well, there are a ton of fun events, food, and brews that you can enjoy all October long.
Yes, Chef Jeremy Boomer Acuna is here, and tell me about what you have here. Wow.
So we're bringing you all the good tradition Oktoberfest, and our recipes come straight from the Sophiasburg Museum right in New Braunfels.
Wow,
Okay.
historic, aren't they? Yes.
And while you're enjoying the food and drinks, there's going to be some races. What kind?
Oh yeah, wiener dog races, Dachshund races. Come dress up your dog and let them run.
And armadillo races.
And of course, armadillo races.
Yeah, okay.
Very popular right here, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, and take a look at these delicious dishes, authentic Hawaiian cuisine, and we are going to tell you how this local restaurant is also giving back.
Yes, and you won't believe how many of these they sell, by the way, a lot.
Oh, yes.
Now to some fall sewing. We have Jen Nicoella with Abby's Attic here to show us some cute pumpkins.
Yes.
What do you have there? You have a little trick
Hey, guess
press?
what? Oh, pumpkin butt. Guess what?
So we're just going to make these cute little pumpkin sachets, and I'll show you how to section them out with some thread and a needle and some elbow grease.
There we go.
Right. Yes, and speaking of getting crafty, Boo Bash is underway at Pinspiration. We're going to take you there and let you know how your kids can enjoy that in October.
And what is your favorite fall activity? Scan that QR code, look at the choices on your screen, and we'll see where it all kind of shakes down when the show continues in just a few minutes.